Welcome to a world where the spotlight isn't just about the high notes, but about the high-stakes moves made in the shadows of the studio and the glass towers of global commerce. Have you ever wondered how a young man who once struggled to choose between a 1,201 bowl of noodles and a bus ride home turned into a financial titan with a net worth skyrocketing past $30 million? We are talking about the Minstradamus of K-pop, the man whose every prediction seems to turn into pure gold. But here is the real kicker. While his voice has filled stadiums from Seoul to New York, a massive chunk of his empire wasn't built on singing. It was built on the silent, rhythmic tapping of a producer's keyboard, the sharp scratching of a songwriter's pen, and the calculated moves of a business mastermind who knows that in this industry, the real power lies behind the curtain. How does a rapper from Daegu dominate the luxury fashion world of Italy? What secret investments are tucked away in the most exclusive zip codes of South Korea? And how did he manage to break a 30-year-old touring record without his 6 brothers by his side? Today, we are peeling back the layers of the August D enigma. We're not just looking at a pop star, we're looking at a mogul in the making. Are you ready to see how Min Yoongi turned his genius lab into a literal money-printing machine? Let's dive into the elite strategies of the man who outplayed the system. Number 7. The Ghost in the Machine. Production royalties beyond the stage. Imagine a world where you earn money while you sleep, simply because a melody you hummed years ago is playing in a cafe in Paris or a club in Brazil. For Min Yoongi, this isn't a dream, it's a Tuesday. While most idols are strictly performers, Suga established himself as a producer first, long before the world knew his name. With over 160 registered songs under the Korea Music Copyright Association, KOMCA, he isn't just a member of a boy band. He is a full-fledged member of an elite class of songwriters who receive passive income for life. Every time a BTS song he co-wrote, like the Grammy-nominated Dynamite or the record-breaking Butter, is streamed, broadcast, or performed, the royalties flow directly into his accounts. But it doesn't stop with BTS. Think about the massive hits he produced for other icons. When he collaborated with IU for 8, it didn't just top the charts, it became a digital monster that stayed in the top 10 for months, generating millions in revenue for the composers. Then there's That with PSY, a song that literally took over the internet. Suga isn't just featuring, he is the architect of the sound. He earns a percentage of the master recording, the publishing rights, and the performance royalties. This means, even if he never stepped on a stage again, his work as a producer for Western artists like Halsey and Juice WRLD, combined with his K-pop portfolio, ensures a multi-million-dollar salary that most people couldn't earn in 3 lifetimes. He is the master of the Genius Lab, a fortress of creativity where he turns digital frequencies into cold, hard cash, proving that the pen and the MIDI controller is truly mightier than the sword. Number 6. The Solo Road to Riches. The August D World Tour Mastery. When people think of massive music revenue, they usually picture 7 members sharing a stage and a paycheck. But Min Yoongi decided to rewrite the rulebook on how a solo artist dominates the global market. In 2023, he embarked on the D-Day tour, and the financial results were nothing short of breathtaking, proving he could command an empire all by himself. Have you ever considered the sheer overhead costs of a stadium tour versus the massive profit margins of a solo arena run? While the group tours have astronomical expenses, Suga's solo venture allowed him to keep a significantly larger slice of the pie. According to industry data, the D-Day tour grossed over $57.2 million from just 28 shows, selling out iconic venues like the Kia Forum in Los Angeles and the United Center in Chicago. This wasn't just a concert series, it was a masterclass in supply and demand. By limiting the number of shows and targeting high-capacity arenas, he ensured a 100% sellout rate and maximized ticket pricing. But here is the detail that truly separates the millionaires from the billionaires: the per-head merchandise spend. Fans didn't just buy a ticket, they bought limited edition August D apparel, light sticks, and exclusive tour sets that often cost more than the ticket itself. In a solo environment, the profit distribution is vastly different, allowing Suga to rake in millions in direct performance fees and merchandise percentages that would usually be split 7 ways. This tour officially broke the record for the highest-grossing tour by a Korean solo artist in U.S. history, a record that had stood for nearly 3 decades. Think about that for a second. One man, a piano, and a microphone, out earning entire legacy bands? It was a calculated risk that paid off in a historic way, transforming his artistic alter ego into a global commercial powerhouse. He didn't need the choreography of a massive group to fill the coffers. He relied on the raw, unfiltered demand for his individual brand, proving that August D is not just a stage name, it is a billion-won business entity that operates with surgical precision. This tour alone catapulted his personal net worth into a different stratosphere, marking the moment he ceased being just a member of a group and became a definitive solo titan of the industry. Number 5. The High Fashion Kingmaker. The Valentino Die. VA's power move. When the world's most prestigious luxury houses began hunting for the next face of global fashion, they didn't just want a pretty face. They wanted an icon with different values, or as the House of Valentino calls them, DVAs. Enter Min Yoongi. In 2023, Suga officially stepped into the spotlight as the global brand ambassador for Valentino, and the financial implications of this deal were staggering. Think about it. Why would a traditional Italian fashion house, known for its high-octane femininity and couture, bet so heavily on a rapper from South Korea? Because Suga doesn't just wear clothes, he moves markets. Every time he appeared in the Maison Valentino Essentials campaign or sat front row at a Paris show, the earned media value, EMV, he generated was calculated in the tens of millions of dollars. In fact, reports have shown that BTS members can generate nearly $40 million in EMV during a single Fashion Week cycle. For a brand like Valentino, that kind of exposure is priceless, and for Suga, it means a multi-million-dollar endorsement contract that rivals the biggest names in Hollywood. But his influence goes beyond just the flashing lights of the runway. When he was spotted at NBA games wearing head-to-toe Valentino, the items didn't just trend, they sold out. He has become a kingmaker for the brand's menswear division, redefining what modern masculinity looks like for a new generation. By aligning himself with Valentino and other titans like the NBA as their official ambassador, he has unlocked a revenue stream that exists completely outside the recording studio. These are high-level corporate partnerships where he is paid not just for his image, but for his undiluted influence. The ability to convert a single Instagram post into a global shopping frenzy. This isn't just a sponsorship, it's a strategic alliance that has solidified his status as a luxury mogul, ensuring that even if he never writes another lyric, the world's biggest corporations will continue to pay millions just to be associated with the Suga brand. It's a silent, stylish takeover of the fashion industry that proves his business instincts are just as sharp as his rap verses. Number 4. The Equity Architect. Mastering the Hybe stock empire. Have you ever thought about what it really means to own a piece of the very engine that drives the global music industry? While most artists are just talent on a payroll, Min Yoongi is a literal owner of the house he built. When Hybe, formerly Big Hit Entertainment, went public back in 2020, Chairman Bang Si-hyuk didn't just give the members a bonus, he gave them 478,695 common shares to split, with Suga receiving an equal slice of 68,385 shares. But here's where the Millionaire Moves get truly interesting. While others might have looked at those shares as a quick payday, Suga understood the power of long-term equity. Fast forward to 2026, with the BTS Arirang World Tour projected to rake in over $1 billion, the value of those shares has behaved like a rocket ship. As of early 2026, HYBE's stock has hit historic highs, pushing the valuation of Suga's personal stake to over 21.4 billion won, approximately $15 million. Just think about the sheer financial gravity of that. He is earning millions of dollars, not by picking up a microphone, but simply by existing as a major shareholder in a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. He is listed among the top 100 stock billionaires under the age of 30 inches South Korea, a position usually reserved for the heirs of massive tech or shipping dynasties. This isn't just pop star money, this is institutional wealth. He sits in the same 10 billion won club as corporate giants and industry moguls like Scooter Braun. Suga's move here was one of strategic patience. By holding on to his equity through the group's hiatus and military service, he allowed the company's expansion into Latin America, Africa, and the US to work for him. Every time HYBE acquires a new label or launches a successful group like New Jeans or Ellie Seraphim, Suga's net worth increases. He has successfully transitioned from a producer who creates the content to a tycoon who owns the platform, proving that the ultimate flex isn't a gold chain, but a diversified portfolio and a seat at the table of one of the most powerful entertainment companies on the planet. He didn't just break the glass ceiling, he bought the building it was attached to. Number 3. The real estate strategist. Cash kings of the UN village. Have you ever wondered what it's like to buy a multi-million-dollar fortress in the most exclusive neighborhood in Korea and pay for it entirely in cold, hard cash? For Min Yoongi, this isn't just a flex, it's a calculated pillar of his $30 million empire. While the world was watching him on stage, Suga was quietly making moves in Seoul's Beverly Hills, the legendary UN village in Hanam-dong. Back in 2018, he dropped a staggering 3.4 billion won, around $3 million, on a luxury villa in the Hanam River Hill complex. But here's the kicker. In a world of mortgages and credit, Suga chose the ultimate power move: zero loans, full cash payment. This property isn't just a home, it's a high-yield asset in a district where supply is non-existent and demand is astronomical. By 2026, the value of luxury real estate in Hanam-dong has skyrocketed, effectively doubling his initial investment. But the Minstradamus vision goes even deeper. Recently, news broke of a massive family investment. A commercial building in the heart of Hanam-dong, valued at over 17.3 billion won $12.9 million, owned by a family corporation. This 8-story structure, featuring a trendy restaurant run by his brother, proves that Suga isn't just buying houses, Aya is building a family dynasty. He understands that while music trends fade, land in the most secure, high-status zip code in Korea only gets more precious. He chose a location with Basinimsu geography, mountain in the back, river in the front, which is traditional Korean feng shui for wealth and health. By securing these prime spots, he has created a physical fortress of wealth that generates massive capital appreciation while providing the absolute privacy a global superstar requires. He isn't just living the dream, he's owning the ground it's built on, showing us that the smartest way to spend a fortune is to turn it into an immovable legacy. Number 2. The marketing mastermind. Why Samsung and the NBA bet millions on Yoongi? Have you ever stopped to realize that some of the world's biggest corporations aren't just paying for a face, but for a specific vibe that guarantees a massive return on investment? In the high-stakes world of global endorsements, Suga has carved out a niche as the authentic tech and sports mogul, a move that has funneled millions into his bank account without him ever needing to pick up a microphone. Let's talk about the Samsung partnership. This isn't your average post a photo with a phone deal. Suga became the face of the Galaxy Z Fold and Flip series because he represents the workaholic genius persona that resonates with high-end tech consumers. During the Galaxy Unpacked events, his presence alone caused brand searches to spike by over 53%. Industry insiders estimate that a global ambassador of his caliber commands an annual retainer in the range of $2 million to $5 million per brand. But it's not just tech. Look at his groundbreaking role as the first ever NBA Global Ambassador. This was a masterstroke of branding. By aligning his personal passion for basketball with the world's premier sports league, he didn't just get floor seat tickets. He opened a portal for the NBA to reach millions of Gen Z and millennial fans across Asia and beyond. When Suga attends a game, the media value generated for the league and its partners is astronomical, often exceeding $10 million in equivalent advertising spend for a single appearance. He's essentially a walking, talking billboard for premium lifestyle brands. In 2026, as the BTS Arirang World Tour approaches, these corporate giants are doubling down, signing multi-year extensions that guarantee Suga a steady stream of non-music income. He has mastered the art of the quiet flex. He doesn't do every commercial that comes his way. Instead, he picks the giants, the industry leaders, and the brands that align with his producer geek-athlete identity. This selective strategy has pushed his endorsement portfolio into the tens of millions, proving that his influence is a currency all its own, traded on the global markets of New York and Seoul. He's not just an idol, he's a strategic asset that major CEOs use to move their bottom line, and he's getting paid a consultant's fortune to do it. Number 1. The Minstradamus Legacy. The Genius Lab Intellectual Property Powerhouse. We have reached the pinnacle, the secret sauce, the ultimate reason why Min Yoongi is sitting on a mountain of gold that most artists can only dream of. Have you ever considered what happens to a song after the cheering stops and the lights go out? In the world of high finance, the most valuable thing you can own isn't gold or stocks, it is intellectual property, IP. Suga isn't just a singer, he is a master architect of digital assets. While many idols are content with their performance fees, Suga has spent over a decade building a massive library of sound in his Genius Lab. By 2026, he has become one of the most sought-after musical consultants and fixers in the global industry. Think about the Suga's interlude with Halsey or his work with Japanese icon Umai. These aren't just collaborations, they are strategic IP injections. When Suga produces a track, he doesn't just get a flat fee. He negotiates for points on the master recording and a significant share of the publishing. This means he owns a piece of the song's soul forever. As the music industry shifts towards a catalog-driven economy, where legends like Bruce Springsteen and Bob Dylan sell their catalogs for hundreds of millions, Suga is positioning himself as the first K-pop mogul to own a catalog of this magnitude. Experts estimate that his personal music library, including his solo work as Aegis D and his production credits for global stars, is worth a staggering $20 million to $30 million alone if it were ever to be appraised for sale. But Suga isn't selling, he's accumulating. He understands that in the digital age, a catchy melody is a recurring revenue stream that never expires. Every time a movie trailer, a commercial, or a TikTok video uses a beat he crafted in his studio at 3 a.m., the money flows back to him. This is the Minstradamus effect. He predicted long ago that the power wouldn't be in the fame, but in the ownership. By prioritizing his role as a creator and copyright holder, he has ensured that his wealth will continue to grow exponentially, even during his periods of rest. He has turned his creativity into a self-sustaining financial ecosystem, proving that the smartest move a millionaire can make is to own the very air that the world breathes his music. He is the ultimate ghost in the machine, the silent owner of a global soundtrack, and the undisputed king of the $30 million hustle.